360 million. This is the amount of plastic produced by Indonesia on a yearly basis. So, what is the issue at hand? The issue is Indonesia is the world's second worst plastic polluter after China. So, why do we care? This issue affects all of us, every one of us at large. Well, how does it affect us is what you guys might be asking. Plastic is one type of material that is cheap. Plastic is cheap, affordable to manufacture, which is why everyone uses it. Because it is cheap and everyone uses it, we all tend to dump our plastics somewhere or the other. But do we tend to realize when we dump our plastics, are we dumping it in the right place? Is there anyone that will be affected by where we dump our plastics? Well, yes. Plastic affects us and the environment. First of all, let's talk about how does it affect us humans. Each one of us tend to eat or drink from plastic containers. As you can see, the picture onto my left. These are signs that you can usually find in the bottom of plastic bottles. These signs are warning signs. These signs tell us how dangerous are these plastics for our health. Numbers 1 and 3 are known to be the most dangerous types of plastics, while 2, 4, and 6 the most safest. When we consume plastic, not plastic, but when we consume food or drinks from these plastic containers, they can lead to health effects such as cancer. Some to-be mothers also drink or eat from these plastic containers. This ultimately affects the child. As you can see the picture to my right, this is a picture of abnormal growth. This is due to the mass consumption of food or drinks from plastic products by a to-be mother. Plastic takes a long time to decompose, which is why it's littered everywhere and it takes time before it can actually disappear. Now, the effect on the animals. When we throw plastics, we need to consider, are there animals that live in that area? Because if they do, these animals will think of our garbage as food. They will think of food and start consuming it like the pictures, like you can see in the picture. Sad, isn't it? But this is the ugly truth. They consume this garbage, thinking of it as food, and then what happens? Ultimately, they die. They become endangered. And then their numbers decrease, all because of us. This also affects the environment in one way known as flooding. When we dump our plastics into waterways, do we consider the effect it will have on the environment? No. Those plastics remain in those sewages and gutters for years and months. And when the rain comes, ultimately flooding. What are some solutions we as responsible citizens can take to reduce this issue? We can turn these garbage into fabric, oil, energy, chandeliers, and household items. Now, what can the government do? Many of you might not be knowing, but in India, many of the roads have been paved using plastic. Plastic is mixed with bitumen to lay out these roads. And it's been proven by numerous studies that roads paved by plastic tend to be more durable compared to roads made out of tar or cement. As most of the parents know, I had sent out a survey. The school had on my behalf, sent out a survey to many of the parents and teachers, asking them to fill out this survey. These are the results of the survey. I have surveyed people from different age groups, gender groups, occupation, and educational statuses. Looking at this graph, we can see that at least half of the respondents agree on the government's stand to ban the use of plastic bags. Now, as mentioned before, we like to use plastic because it is cheap. This is proven by this. A lot of us use plastic bags and bottles as the main source of plastic containers. Why do we use them? Cheap, affordable. Now, this is a little surprising. Not really surprising, but disappointing. Many of the respondents tend to just dump their plastic bags. Most of this is not dumping in trash cans, but reckless dumping. This is now something that's more motivating. The citizens are now more aware that plastic has bad impacts on the environment and on us. This is why many of the respondents say that the utilization of plastic bags should be discontinued. Now this is the interesting part. As many of you know, last year the government had implemented a surcharge of 200 rupiah on every plastic bag used. Now, according to the government, this trial period had met a success rate of only 25%. This chart tells us why. According to most of our respondents, the price of plastic tends to influence our behavior. Which is why, if the plastic bag price was at 10,000 or 20,000 rupiah per plastic, people would be discouraged to use these plastic bags. We live in a world of awareness. We are aware, therefore we create awareness. Are you a responsible citizen? Then go and create awareness and create responsible citizens. Thank you. TED has helped me improve my public speaking skills and helped me turn my passion into a presentation. Thank you.